Good morning. Happy Bum Slide Thursday. He's already started. He's been here for 2 minutes because he was late. No, he wasn't. No, he was on. Well, he was. He's been here for a minute.
I walked in the door a long time ago.
Yes, you did. You slid into the door a long time ago. I want to say thank you to Casey's Security for sponsoring the morning show with Lou and Tim. We certainly appreciate it. You guys are awesome. We really, really appreciate it.
I was trying to find this. I spent an hour yesterday trying to find a jingle for them.
He did.
I'm working on it.
And you know what? We're going to throw jingles at you and just put you on the spot to do a song. Like, you can do words like...
I can make lyrics up.
They don't make any sense, but... He can do it.
We were yesterday. I was looking for an existing little jingle song because you can find those online sometimes.
Yeah.
Jingles. But then I was like, okay, I found one that I really liked. It's like, I like this one. Download $8 a month. I love Casey Security, but I'm not gonna pay $8 a month to write you a jingle. I'll write my own jingle. Anyway, we had some fun yesterday trying to.
We did. Oh my God, all kinds. We had
all kinds of songs.
We had farm songs. Oh yeah, we were just.
The farm song was funny.
Yeah, it was absolutely.
Okay.
So what day is it today?
Okay, well, first of all, it's be late for something day, which is why I was late for work today, because I knew in advance it was be late for. Is there anything that you don't mind being late for?
I hate being late, period.
For anything?
Can't stand it, and I hate people who are late.
Sometimes?
Seriously?
Okay, doctor's office. Do you show up on time?
I show up 10 minutes before.
Why? And then you sit there, don't you?
Yeah. Because the time is set, and I'm going to be there because I'm a conscientious person. People who are always late make other people wait because they think in their egotistical mind that their time is more worthy than my time.
Okay.
So there.
I will never be late for. I'm 7 minutes late for everything.
Are you?
I can't.
If you tried harder, you could.
And then I also get really angry when people make me wait. Like if I say, okay, to Bowser, this is why I was late. Also, he came home last night at 11:45 at night.
So
which is why I'm a little tired today, because I stayed up till 2 a.m. to say welcome home to Pete.
Yes.
Anyway, I always say, okay, we're leaving at such and such a time. And then he's running behind, and then I'll be in the car. You ever do that? I'll be in the car, thinking that if I'm in the car, he'll speed up. And then I'll get in the car, and it's like, and I get so angry because I'm waiting in the car, like, time to go. So I know what you mean. It makes you angry when somebody else makes you wait.
Excuse me, my time's not worth your
But that's
time.
Okay, so I got to admit that is one time where I don't really get, if I'm running a little behind, the doctor's office, because I know they're always late, so... That's one appointment that I will be late for.
I won't.
Now my doctor's going to ditch me.
Right? I don't blame you. Make him wait 4 hours.
Okay, it's also, this is, okay, also on this date. Now, I don't want to laugh when I talk about it. Mother Teresa died.
Why is that funny? I wonder. She was lovely.
She was. On this date in 1997, Mother Teresa died. And so I was telling you, I told Luann, I said, oh, look, on this date, Mother Teresa died. And I said, is she a saint? And Luann said...
I know she was up for it. I know she auditioned. But I don't know if she got the part.
You said... I know she was nominated for it, but I don't know if she got it. Yes, Mother Teresa was sainted on September the 4th, 2016, 3 years ago yesterday.
So she died today, and 3 years ago yesterday she was
It took a long time for her to become a saint. And I was surprised.
It took a long time.
Well, and the Pope said, at that time, after due deliberation and frequent prayers for divine assistance, okay, you know what?
What does it take? She fed 14 million people.
She put Calcutta on the map.
She didn't even own shoes. How much do you need to
What do you
check?
need? And but so then, she was sainted, and she was known as the saint of the gutters.
I don't think that's nice.
I was, you know,
Would you want to be known as the
Well,
saint
I was
of the
actually
gutters?
known that. I was known as that for a while in Toronto back in the heyday. I was known as. I thought that'd be wouldn't that be a great tagline for someone who does eaves troughs, with the Saint of the Gutters.
Saint of the Gutters.
Now listen, here's the other kicker. For the ceremony, when she was sainted, they bust in 1,500 homeless people from around Italy.
Hey you homeless? You hungry? Come on.
1,500 people on buses. They brought them into Italy, across Italy. They brought them to the Pope, and then after the ceremony, they were given a pizza luncheon served by nuns. And okay, then Luann says,
were they Aurora's pizzas?
And then Luann says, how they give them the pizza like this?
Body of Christ.
And then they took
them all back?
and then they put them back on the bus. Okay, hey, the Pope says, all right, you have your pizza, get off my lawn. And he sends them back on the buses to the streets with the pizza.
Right? So I said to Tim, lots of them came with the foil pans to put extra pizza in. I'm going back to the streets. I'm getting my goods, man.
Mother Teresa.
Of the Gutters.
Saint of the Gutters.
I feel so bad for her.
Oh, for the canonization of the Albanian nun.
She did so much. Oh my gosh. Seriously.
And all I got was a slice of pizza. Got a bus ride. Honestly, I just...
Well, we're having fun. Hope you are too.
What do you got? Anything?
Princess Charlotte went to school for the first time this morning. So cute. With her big brother George, of course, and mom and dad.
What school?
Can I just say Kate?
Do they go to a special school?
No, they go to... No.
I mean, is there a school for... Oh,
no,
look.
no. Yeah, look how cute. And she was kind of shy. She was hiding behind Kate for a minute for the photographers. And you can see mom's carrying her backpack for her. And if she swings it around, there's a cute little sequined unicorn keychain that Princess Charlotte put on as a little personal touch on her little pack sack.
So they go to school with all the... I mean, seriously, though, is there what kind of school? I think it's
a private school, but they do go to school with other children, and I believe it's where William went.
What would it be like to go to... Of course, the kids don't know. Like if you were in kindergarten and someone said, "And this is the future king,"
right? Right.
I'd be like,
"What are you going to do when you grow up?" "I'm going to be the king."
Right. What are you
going to do? "I'm going to be a garbage man."
When they ask that in school,
right?
What do you want to be when you grow up? Well, I'm going to be the king.
I don't want to be, but
I don't have a choice, really.
Yeah, interesting. That would be career day, right? Follow your dad around. Bring your kid to school day. Imagine.
Bring your kid to school day. She just said that.
Right? Yeah.
You mean you said bring your kid to school day.
To work day. Sorry. Oh my goodness. We're a little punchy this morning. Did you notice? Bring your kid to work day.
Do I get to throw to my first interview? It's a whole show on Algoma trad. You don't even know what trad is.
No, I don't.
Traditional music and everything. No, you have no idea. Watch the interview. You're going to be amazed at what they do at Algoma trad.
Awesome.
Oh yes, I throw.
Yes.
We'll be right back after this. I throw.
It's that time of year when you have to change your tires and put back in the trunk that infamous snow broom. But that's not all. To predict the unpredictable, Red Cross recommends that you have an emergency kit in your car all year round. Of course, that kit is going to help you and your family, but it could also help a driver that might be in difficulty on the side of the road. What does that emergency kit entail? You have to have a hand-cranked radio that can also transform into a flashlight. First aid kit, a blanket, and those infamous jumper cable. We also recommend that you have bottled water and an energy bar. You could change the bottled water every 6 months and the energy bar about every year. To have more information, just go to our website, redcross.ca.
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
Fortunate enough to be on location right now at Algoma Trad. Now, do you call it a music camp, Julie?
We call this a traditional music, dance, and traditional arts camp. Family camp.
So this is my friend Julie Schreier O'Shrave, is that right?
Just Schreier. O'Shrave was just a combination of all our last names in our family
Oh,
band.
really?
Yeah, family
What's Pat's
band.
real last name?
O'Gorman. So it's
O'Gorman.
Schreier Lefebvre.
Oh, I didn't. Oh,
Schreier.
it's a stage name.
Yeah, it's a stage.
Little did I know. Okay, so anyway, I've known Julie since we were probably about 12 years old, I think. I used to do my little puppet Rufus around town for like Rotary Fest and Kiwanis or whatever. And usually it was a double bill. It was Tim Murphy and Rufus and
Raymond Schreier and Julie Schreier playing for the local Irish dancers.
or the triplets.
Or the triplets.
I think we did a lot of telethons with the triplets.
Oh, we did. We did.
And you were always at the piano accompanying your triplet brothers.
Yes.
Yeah. Now Raymond, is Raymond the one that makes the beautiful instruments?
He does.
So Raymond, you don't want to brag, but I will. Raymond is world renowned actually for the instruments, violin and cello.
Violins and cellos.
Yeah.
Violas.
Violas as well. Some of the price tags on these instruments have hit like $30,000-$40,000, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And does he create them right here on the island, on St. Joe's Island?
He has, and he also, in recent years, has a shop in the Sault Ste. Marie.
Oh, in the city, in the big city. So we're on St. Joe's Island. This is the F&G line. You told me the story about when you were a kid. You took lessons from.
We took lessons from Ed and Catherine Garchor.
Remember them? Oh,
yes,
they're iconic.
Iconic. Do you remember their place on Albert Street?
On Albert, yeah.
Yes.
Well, and that is now is that Thomas Walls? Yeah.
That's right.
So anyway.
Yes.
Because I lived up the street. I lived on the corner of McDougall and Wellington, so that was just down the street. So I always saw Ed and Catherine there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you took lessons.
We did. We took lessons, and they had a Algoma music camp thing going for many years. They used to operate at Island Lake.
Okay.
And then in the 70s, they had the opportunity to buy this property here on the F&G line.
Okay.
And Ed brought Raymond and I on a drive here to the island. And
So you actually remember when Ed was excited before he even bought it?
I remember that moment like it was yesterday. Because I remember because passion sticks with you.
Yeah.
Right? And it just gets in you, right? So there was a White House in place of the dining hall.
Behind us, yeah.
And he said, there's going to be a big dining hall. He was just so excited. And his vision, he had great vision.
Yeah.
And so this became the Algoma Music Camp.
Okay.
And
How long did the Garchers run that then? Can you get?
Yep, from the 70s until about 2014.
That long?
That long. In this location.
Okay.
Yes.
And then, so how did it sort of turn into what is now known as Algoma Trad?
We asked to rent this facility to run the Algoma Traditional Music, Dance, and Heritage Arts Camp.
Yeah.
They agreed, and we began renting it in 2004, and that's when we incorporated as a nonprofit.
Okay.
So we started camp. This is our 16th annual. We operated here until 2014. After 2014, we realized that the site just needed a lot of infrastructure improvements.
Okay, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot, and we realized that, it was just not holding up to the size of group that we had. So we moved over to Richard's Landing, and the property came up for sale. So this property.
This property did?
Yeah, the Algoma Music Camp put it up for sale. And someone who comes to our camp from BC, Jell and Rebecca, purchased it.
No way.
Because they knew that we had a vision to develop more programming like this to inspire people.
So campers who have come here because you get campers from across the country, is that true?
Oh, yes, and farther, too. Yeah.
The
States, the Netherlands.
What about you? And your teachers come from where?
They come from all over too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I met. I was watching a class down there with a violin down in the, what do you call that? The building down there.
Pavilion.
In the pavilion, a guy from Cape Breton. What's his name?
Dan McDonald.
Yeah, he was talking about the sweet spots and stuff. And the kids, there's people down there that are kids, and then there's adults. They mix it all together.
They do. According to level, you go where you're comfortable, and we're very much a multi-generational organization camp.
So no kidding, you're not just playing instruments with people your own age. You're playing with people with your own skill level.
Yes, absolutely.
And okay, I got ahead of myself because I want to talk about the actual classes later on. Let's talk more about how do you sustain this? I mean, you've put new buildings up. Right behind us, there's a new outdoor kitchen. How have you been able to do all of this?
Partly through funding. So we were very fortunate to receive a capital grant from the Ontario Trillium Foundation.
Nice.
For $150,000, which helped to build this beautiful pavilion. We fundraised. It's about $190,000 to complete that, and we've fundraised most of that. And we fundraised that much.
Fundraising.
So, but the rest comes through a lot. There's a lot of volunteer.
Well, I hear that actually. You have now. What a cool thing. Okay, so a day starts here. We're going to get footage too of all. I had no idea they camped on this site.
Yes.
You got like tents and pup tents. You got like fifth wheelers. You got Winnebagos. This is what they do?
This is what they do. At one time, people used to use the little cabins all around here. Mm-hmm. Because of fire code and that, we've opened them all up just for workshops.
So there's classes that happen in all of these buildings now, right? And also under tents, like in the beautiful outdoor open air, nothing like it.
Yes.
The other thing, can you give me the definition that you gave me before about what Algoma traditional music, about not by ear, not necessarily by... Tell me the story.
Well, traditional music is passed on orally. So you can say orally, O-R-A-L-L-Y, or A-U-R.
A-U-R-A-L, by the ear too?
That's right. So storytelling and tunes, they were never written down, or they can be.
Eventually.
They were eventually, but you can never get everything from the written music, and they were always just traditionally passed on from person to person. So it might be an elder to learners, or
a grandfather to a grandchild, or
exactly. And there's all these particular styles. You absorb them, and when you have children come and they come year after year, they absorb it and they learn it, like just by it.
And talk about year after year. You have the same repeat campers and generations too, right?
We do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So there's plans to expand. I know you've got a business plan in place. It's colossal what you're looking at, but it's
huge.
but it's doable, Julie, right?
It's doable.
It's going to take a lot, but it's going to need the support of the community for sure, and the government,
Very
right?
much so, yeah.
Which is why I think people need to know about this. Do you ever allow people just to come out and visit and wander around?
Absolutely. We welcome people, and we see ourselves as a very inclusive organization.
When Jake and I came here and set up the camera, nobody looked twice. They just walk around us, and we've been filming classes, and nobody has said, "Excuse me, what are you doing here?" They're all just so relaxed. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the craft and stuff. What I didn't know, no idea. Tell me
about this particular one.
Well, just what's going on. I mean, you got the forging.
You have forging,
metal forging.
Yes, yeah, blacksmithing, forging. I don't know if you've heard of the folk school movement. Is quite a huge thing, and people might say, "Oh, you're a folk school." Well, we are sort of like a folk school. I mean, people can relate to that because there are so many in the United States and in Denmark. It kind of came out of an idea or concept in Denmark, and then it's got spread around. Okay. But it's basically like traditional hands-on. Everything is hands-on, no matter what. So,
like even your building, you're talking about when you do new buildings here in the business plan, it is going to be, what do you call it, natural builds? And what do you call it?
Yeah, natural building, but we want to be an environmental leader in building, right?
Right.
So that's...
And there's definitely, you can't deny that there's a feel to this place. You know what's going to fit on this site.
Exactly. It has to blend in with the environment and the nature. And
so we've got with the forging, and then is this lady over here, is she actually using things like onion skins and avocados to dye fabrics?
That's right. Yeah, it's called natural dye.
Yeah.
Dyes, and we actually have just received funding from the OAC.
Yeah.
to develop a dye garden, an actual garden.
So you grow things that can be used for dye.
Yes, yes.
Love this. And I pulled in the driveway. There's people down there working with stones, and someone said, "Oh yeah, they're building a wall, but not the bad kind of wall. This is a good wall that you're building, and it's in the family." Again, another brilliant idea from you. Tell me what?
Yes, it's called dry stone walling, and it's a traditional way of building walls without mortar. And so we have a master dry stone waller here teaching.
So you're getting a wall built, but it's also a class.
Yes.
This is the genius of it. And also I heard Pat earlier in the morning. Okay, so a day starts, they get up in the morning and they do whatever they eat, I guess.
Yes.
Then they go to a class.
Yes.
Like 9 a.m.?
9 a.m. Then we have the gathering.
Then we caught the gathering. There's singing, there's people playing instruments, there's a talk about what the day is going to be like.
Yes. You missed the dance at the beginning. There's a dance that starts the gathering, which is just wonderful. You just see everyone up there going.
You teach dance.
Yes.
They teach dance here. I didn't know that either.
It's called community dance, so it's like contras and squares and circles
I hear
and
you have collars, square dance collars.
partners. Yeah, yes.
And
Yeah,
then
very fun.
So then you have the morning. What do you call that again?
The gathering.
The gathering, and then you hear what's going to go on for the day. Now, then they go back to class. But then I love this. After lunch, there's electives.
Yes. Electives are more like one-offs. So
Right.
your classes are technically, if you,
You sign up for
and you go every day at the same time.
Right.
The elective is they're one-off. So you want to do a cross-tuning workshop in fiddle, then
That's happening today, as a matter of fact. I heard that announced.
It is.
And so you have different instructors who have different strengths. And is that your brother right there?
there he is, Louis.
Louis!
This is
It's Tim Murphy. This is one of the triplets. We're doing an interview, but come over and say hello. You're teaching right now? Louis, what are you teaching?
I'm teaching the master class right now.
It's nice to see you. It's been a long time. Okay, I don't want to hold you up, but this is amazing, Louis. I had no idea that this existed.
Wow, you're kidding me.
I'm not.
Wow.
I feel so foolish.
Don't.
Okay.
Honestly, you're welcome here.
Everybody feels welcome. Hi, bud. Okay, go teach. Nice to see you.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay. So the electives, then they go back to class.
yes.
And then in the evenings, there's always something going on. Like tonight, there's going to be a talent show.
Yeah, we call it a variety night,
Variety
and there's
night,
all
sorry.
kinds of shenanigans that go on there.
You had your staff. Was it the staff concert?
Last night was fabulous. You've got the cream of the crop right there, and people from these artists from all over. We had a wonderful turnout. It was magical.
This place is magical. Julie, okay, you got to get ready for lunch. And I still want to talk to Jane and her daughters who are here. They've been here since the girls were little.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you go. Congratulations on
Thank you so
everything.
much.
I'm so happy for you. This is so exciting. Okay,
Lovely to see you.
this is my friend Julie Schreier. That's good enough. Julie Schreier, O'Gorman. And no. Just Julie. Just good old Julie.
Schreier.
Okay, that's good enough. Well, thanks for hosting us.
Well,
A
thank you
pleasure.
for coming.
Let's talk to Jane after this.
At 4:45, discover all kinds of treasures and never pay more than $5. Inventory is restocked every Saturday, and you can find anything from electronics to household items, toys, and much, much more. On Saturday, everything is $5, and the price goes down throughout the week, ending with 25 cents on Friday. We restock weekly with new items from various big box stores, so you never know what treasures you can find. Come visit us at 4:45, 2510 Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
Guess what?
What?
We have a new sponsor. I know. We love KC Security. Thank you. And now somebody else is also joined us as a
Awesome.
sponsorship.
This is great.
Actually, I did an interview with a guy named Charles Sirtwill, and it was all about people migrating to Northern Ontario and how we can develop as a community and as a city with
To make ourselves look more attractive too.
Exactly,
Right.
and about the importance of, anyway, the Northern Policy Institute is having a conference. It's called State of the North. It's an annual conference. It's going to be here in Sault Ste. Marie on September the 26th. It explores how Northern leaders and policy experts can come together to find ways to grow and strengthen Northern
Awesome.
communities. And they're going to have the conference here in Sault Ste. Marie. And so, State of the North Conference is a sponsor of our show.
Thank you so much, State
And
of
the
the North.
Northern Policy Institute. It's a think tank.
Awesome.
Come together and think with
Imagine
us.
them sponsoring this show. A think tank? Thank you.
No, thank you very much for sponsoring our show, and it's going to be a great conference. Now, okay, he's at it again. As 30 minutes ago, Trump was tweeting. So the hurricane, all right, okay. He mentioned Alabama at one point when he was talking about where the hurricane was potentially going to hit. And right after he said Alabama, the weather people,
Yes.
whatever, like the head
The
weather
meteorologists.
yeah, they said no, Alabama is not going to be hit.
It's going to veer off.
It's going to, and even because at that point they knew it wasn't going to go up the Gulf side anymore. Like at one point the hurricane was so big it was going to like maybe go over the whole triangle of Florida and come up the Gulf side as well. They discounted that like as Friday of last week.
Oh yeah, it's been a minute.
But after, at least 2 days later, he mentioned Alabama, and they were like, no, it's not going to hit Alabama. There's no chance of it hitting Alabama. That's not correct. Don't worry, Alabama. That bothered him immensely, that somebody contradicted what he said. Yesterday, he held up a map, and we have the map to show you. Do you see what he did? Or somebody?
Someone added to the map.
With a Sharpie, somebody added a little black mark to encompass Alabama into the path of the hurricane. And when they asked him, President Trump, who added the little Sharpie thing? And he said, I have no idea. I don't know how that got there.
He never signs anything with
The guy
a Sharpie.
who's like the king of the Sharpies, you always see him signing his Donald Trump signature. And so, I have no idea how that got there.
I don't know. I think Alabama needs to be hit, and if they're not, I think we should bomb them. Can you imagine that? And so the reporters, of course, called him out on it, and he was like, hamina. And then he gets angry with the reporters for saying, yeah, but somebody put a mark in there with a Sharpie.
So 30 minutes ago, he's saying, originally, they said that Alabama was going to be when they came up the Gulf side, so I wasn't wrong. No, you weren't wrong. You were just golfing when they updated you. And so you missed the part where Alabama got taken off the hit list as of Friday of last week.
Last week, like a week ago, because today's Thursday.
Is that my chair, or is that something needs oil?
Yes, I hope it's your chair, not your knees, because that
Right.
would be
My hips. I think it's
hurtful.
my hips.
We have news coming up after
Do
this
we?
commercial break.
More news?
More news.
More
coming
than
up.
Trump and the Pope?
Yes, more than Trump and the Pope and all sorts of things. Actually, we're going to talk to you a little bit more about Dorian and
I have no idea what's going on.
yeah, he hit the States.
He did?
Yeah, and he was upgraded again, so we have footage about all that sort of stuff. So
I better
stay
watch the
tuned.
news.
Yes, stay tuned for the news right after this.
This is our fight. We're in this together. And together, we are unstoppable. This is Get Loud, a march and festival supporting sick kids. Show up ready.
We undeniable.
Have a a great business idea but don't know where to start? Need help taking your business to the next level? C2C Business Services can be your guide in navigating the path of entrepreneurship, with services ranging from grant funding support, access to service experts, market information, and helping your business adopt new technologies to create and foster a culture of innovation for ongoing success. Call C2C Business Services and let them be your first step in taking your entrepreneurial dreams from concept to commerce. C2C Business Services is a division of the Sault Ste. Marie Innovation Centre.
Soo MP Terry Sheehan announced funding from FedNor yesterday of $770,000 for the Sault Ste. Marie Innovation Centre for 3 priority projects. The Innovation Centre will receive $700,000 to support the Information and Communications Technology Network in Sault Ste. Marie and the Algoma region. The organization will provide funding to high-growth, small and medium-sized enterprises to help them adopt digital technologies and solutions, assess ICT trends and talent gaps, and implement solutions to increase skilled talent to support digital industries, coordinate and deploy local and regional broadband infrastructure projects as well. Also, a FedNor investment of $38,000 will enable Acorn Information Solutions, which is a division of the Innovation Centre, to document its business model as a way to share best practices with other communities across Northern Ontario. The remaining $31,500 will assist Acorn to hire a youth intern to enhance the Vulnerable Persons Registry through software updates. That registry is a free, voluntary, and confidential service that provides first responders with key information about those residents living at home who would be at greater risk during an emergency, such as a fire or natural disaster. An American woman has been identified as the victim of that bear attack we told you about yesterday on Red Pine Island in Rainy Lake. Provincial police say 62-year-old Catherine Sweat Mueller of Maple Plain, Minnesota was the victim. Apparently on Sunday, Sweat Mueller had gone to check on her dogs and didn't return. Officers found her body near a bear, which they killed. The Minnesota Star Tribune said Sweat Mueller was at the cabin for a family reunion and had gone outside when she heard her 2 dogs barking. The dogs, one of them injured, eventually returned to the cabin, but she didn't. The heavily wooded island is in Canadian waters a few hundred meters north of the international border that divides Rainy Lake. The dead bear was to be sent to the University of Guelph for a necropsy to determine if any health issues caused what officials said was abnormal behavior. Officials with Ontario's Ministry of Natural Resources is searching for the other 2 bears. A new lawsuit asserts that an Ontario law forcing gas stations to display stickers showing the cost of federal carbon pricing is illegal and should be thrown out. The unproven lawsuit from the Canadian Civil Liberties Association says the Federal Carbon Tax Transparency Act, dubbed the Sticker Act, violates free speech provisions of the Constitution. The Liberties Group says in its filing it was unable to find a gas station owner willing to fight the law despite its diligent attempts. The Progressive Conservative government of Premier Doug Ford brought in the legislation, and it's all part of its failed legal battle with Ottawa over carbon pricing ahead of next month's federal election. The federal scheme imposes a charge in those provinces that don't have a carbon pricing system of their own, and currently 4.4 cents a litre in Ontario. Ford has consistently denounced the federal legislation as a tax grab and has said it wants consumers to know what the federal charge will cost Ontario drivers. The association, however, says the stickers are part of Ontario's political campaign against Ottawa, and there's no good reason to force anyone to display them. The Federal Court of Appeal has allowed 6 challenges of the Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion focusing on Indigenous consultation to proceed, while dismissing several claims centered on environmental concerns. The decision calls for narrowly focused, expedited court proceedings that will only examine the quality of the federal government's consultation with Indigenous communities between August 2018 and June 2019.
Impact on the economic recovery, but I think the bigger impact is a psychological one. As we've said, sometimes there are hoops you got to jump through, and the hoops have been extended a little bit in many cases. But it just feels like when you're down, you're getting punched over and over and over again. And I think that psychological barrier is what we have to overcome. The point is TMX is going to get built. Line 3, built. Keystone XL, going to get built. Right? And so we have enormous amounts of capital spending that are happening already.
Hurricane Dorian, back to a Category 3 storm now, raked the southeast U.S. seaboard late yesterday, threatening to inundate coasts from Georgia to Virginia with a dangerous storm surge. Strong wind and heavy rain reached Charleston, South Carolina.
Hurricane Dorian has actually re-strengthened a little here over the last few hours. It's back to major hurricane status with maximum sustained winds near 115 miles per hour. The eye is currently centered a little over 100 miles south of Charleston, South Carolina. It's moving northward at about 7 miles per hour, should turn toward the north-northeast later tonight, and over the next few days turn northeastward with an increase in forward speed. You know, that track would appear to keep it offshore, but it's going to pass actually very close to the coastline of South and North Carolina and may perhaps move onshore over a portion of the coastline there.
Stopping and nothing, I'm up in your face, shaking it off, no matter the cost. I'm feeling the wind, I'm taking it all, I'm paving the way with the sweat and the blood. I'm at the top, I'm rising above. I want the gold, give me the rush, Queen Midas, I got the touch. I'm pushing, 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 I'm pushing.
I'm not stupid. I wouldn't drink and drive. She relies on me. They're counting on me. I never put them in danger. But I did. And it cost me everything.
Impaired boating is impaired driving.
So it's official, Meghan Markle has announced that she's off maternity leave. She's going back to work. Today she launches a capsule collection. So that's like a little mini wardrobe of women's workwear with her friend Misha Nonu. No. So she's launching, and that's officially her first task as a non-maternity leave person.
Wait, she's a princess?
She's a princess.
And her work is what?
Yeah, she helped to design.
She's a designer
on this project.
What did she do before she married?
She was an actress on Suits. Hello. Really? You didn't know
I don't
that?
watch the family.
Wow.
The royal family. That's you, not me.
I know, but like everybody knows that, Tim.
Suits? Is it a British show?
No.
American?
Yes. Very big.
Did you ever watch it?
Yes.
You watched it?
Yes. It was huge.
What's it about? Is it about Suits?
Yes, it is. It's a business. It's a movie it's a show about business and stuff and the business world and how things actually
Was she a good
work.
Actress?
She was awesome.
Yeah. And now she's a designer.
Now she's a designer.
I know
with her
nothing
friend.
about the royal family, seriously.
With her friend
or
Misha
no. I know no. I know no. Okay, listen.
What?
We were talking the other day about Harry Potter being banned in Tennessee.
Yes, right?
I think it was Tennessee. Now, do you know the book called And Tango Makes Three about the two penguins from the New York Zoo?
No.
I'm sure we've talked about this in the past, but okay, I'll refresh your memory. Two male penguins in the New York Zoo raised and hatched an egg.
Oh, okay.
They're a couple, the male penguins.
Right.
They're like gay penguins.
So where'd they get the egg from?
I don't know.
Okay.
But they raised it and hatched it.
Awesome.
And so a children's animated book was written about it. People are freaking out because they're saying that it's going to turn kids gay. You know what? I read a lot of books in school about straight relationships, and it didn't make me straight. So I don't. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, oh hey, Mary Claire, Monsieur and Madame Leduc, still gay. I mean, it didn't matter.
Still not.
I don't think that it can do that.
Why would somebody not look at that as a really cool, interesting story that they can't hatch the egg, but two males got together, and because it would take two men
as a baby.
It would take two men because one woman can do it, but two men might be able to get it done.
That book has been banned in Hong Kong and Singapore and stuff. Like,
oh my God!
Oh, because it's our agenda.
Be proud, little
We're
baby
taking over the world. We're taking over the world and penguins too. Ha ha!
Oh, who's coming up?
It's more of an Algoma trad. Awesome. We're not done yet. Like, you can't imagine what they do out there. It's just, well, you'll see. There's more to come after this on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Be right back.
Maitland Ford is a family-owned dealership that's been around with the Ford franchise since 1984.
What I love about my Ford, I love the technology. I love the way it rides, I love the way the seats hug me, and I love the control I have right at the steering wheel.
When they say that it's a true family atmosphere, it is 100%. They've been in business for close to 50 years.
Employee pricing is back. That means you pay what we pay for a Ford SUV, F-150, Ranger, or Mustang.
You pay what we pay.
Absolutely.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
All in the family here at Algoma Trad, isn't it, Zach Lefebvre?
Yeah, it sure is.
Who are your parents?
Julie Schreier is my mom, and Pat is my stepfather.
Right on. Okay. So, you have been. I met you when you were performing at Cass, right? Tell me about your musical abilities. Hi. Tell me about what instruments you play. Vocals. What? What's the gamut?
I play a variety of instruments: cello, piano, guitar. The main instruments.
Cello, piano, guitar. And so this summer you are teaching what here at Algoma Trad?
Teaching piano improvisation.
It sounds like fun, piano improv.
It's a lot of fun,
yeah. What ages do you teach?
It really varies. This class, it has young folks and it has older folks as well.
So now, how many of you, Lefebvre's and Julie's kids, are involved in the camp?
We're all involved to a
one way or another.
Degree. Yeah.
And there's 5 of you.
There's 5 of us.
Julie was very busy. So, what does Anya do?
Anya, she's a phenomenal fiddle player.
And she's working for Thinking Rock right now?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, Benoit?
Benoit's a fiddle player as well, but he's working during the week, so
He's building those walls that you talked about. See, this family's crazy. And what are you also, are you teaching wood burning?
Yeah, wood burning, pyrography, art, yeah.
Hey, this thing we're sitting on, was this something that Benoit got involved with? Your mother said this was a tree that fell down. Tell me the story.
Yeah, it was a big basswood tree that used to stand here, and...
this is literally the spot where the tree fell.
Yeah, the tree fell, and I guess Benoit...
Well, I think your mom said. No, I think your mom said do something with that.
Right.
No, she said it was her idea, but that's how parents are. So what did Benoit do?
Well, I don't know how he did it, but he got it really level. He took a chainsaw and he chainsawed it flat.
He got it flattened out.
Yeah.
He inlaid beautiful stones in here. I mean, he must have had help with this.
The stones were actually somebody else. It was Paul and Mary Cooper.
Yeah.
They spent a few days because the epoxy wanted to seep in the cracks.
Yeah.
And stuff.
You had to epoxy the whole thing up. It's quite stunning. I wanted to ask you, your mother was saying one of the reasons why this camp is so important to them is because of family, because of you guys. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. I think for every family it's an amazing experience, but just growing up with this experience every year, it's been life-changing, I guess.
Yeah, and you're passing it on too. This is what she said is trad in many ways, family tradition too, right? It's about passion. I think your mother has seen what an impact all of this has had on your lives, and it's inspired them to keep and give this experience to other people. You think that's true?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And now what about for you? What are your plans for the future and involvement with Algoma Trad?
Oh, I'll always be involved to some degree. I'm one of the board members right now, and
you're on the board.
Yeah. But I also, aside from Algoma Trad, I build guitars.
He builds guitars. Like your uncle builds violins and cellos and violas, and you build guitars.
Yeah, and I am also starting to teach guitar making as well, so I'm passing on that knowledge.
Is that something you could actually teach at Algoma Trad sometime? It's too long, right?
Yeah, it takes a long time. It takes about 5 weeks straight.
To build one guitar?
Yeah.
How did you learn?
I learned from a world-renowned guitar maker in Quebec, and apprenticed under him and took a course from him.
And you bring it back to us at Algoma Trad and to the island. You're gonna stay. Do you live on the island?
I do, yeah.
You're gonna stay here forever?
I think
Just say yes, Zach.
Yes, Zach.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I want to talk to other family members who've been here for a long time. It's who are you bringing over now? Anya, this is the other daughter. Get over here, Anya. Say hello. Come on this side. You fiddle?
Yes.
Is it daunting being the niece of those famous fiddle players, fiddle makers, or what?
A little bit.
Really?
I don't know. Not really.
Not really.
They're my family. It's part of my life.
Yeah.
I love it.
What about the camp?
I'm just really thankful to be.
Have you ever been any place like this in your life? I never have.
Yeah.
You have? Where?
Yeah, I mean not exactly the same, obviously, but I've been to a couple camps in BC, but not.
A couple camps in BC. Did they have a barn?
No.
This is what I'm talking about, Anya. There's nothing like it. Thanks for coming over, being on camera. So I'm going to talk to Abby, Jane, and Abby. You're not coming on. Abby, Grace, and Jane are coming right up. Okay. Algoma Trad. I never want to leave. That's why you have to stay too. We'll be right back. I'm so happy because we got invited to stay for lunch. Hey, thanks, Jane Wildman. This is my friend Jane Wildman. This is her daughter, Abby, and this is her other daughter, Grace. Another family that's been at Algoma Trad. Grace, how many years have you been coming?
Since I was born, which is 15.
15 years?
Yes.
What were you doing here when you were born? Were you born in the manger in the barn? That'd be kind of cool.
She actually was sitting on the prep table while we cut and chopped and cooked. She was.
I don't know if that's sanitary.
Okay, edit that. So she was nearby.
Nearby.
Yeah.
So wait, you had a baby in literally? She was an infant.
She was 5 months old, and Anya was little too. We just had backpacks, and we strapped our kids to us, and away we went.
Away they went. These traditional people. What about you? How old are you? You said you're 8 now?
I'm 12.
Well, I just got burned. Sorry about that. What are you studying here, you?
I take fiddle.
and choir.
Fiddle and choir. What about you?
I'm doing a ukulele class and a songwriting class and choir.
Ukulele and songwriting. I want to come here. How do you volunteer?
No, I'm on staff and I cook a lot of the.
You have a new summer kitchen.
We have a really cute summer kitchen, just brand new.
You were making some chicken soup?
Yep.
Okay, how's the food? I mean, your mother's cooking, and she's right here, but you can tell me, how is it really?
The best.
The best! This is only 1 week, right?
Yeah.
Do you wish it were longer?
Yes.
But it would be hard with 160 people over 1 week. That's a long time to, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think they need to expand and do like another week in the summer or something.
Yes.
Would you come? But you'd only be allowed to come for 1 week still. You'd want to be here all the time. You want to work here someday?
I don't know. Sure.
Why not? Talk to them and be a teacher.
Yeah.
If Anya can do it, does Anya teach? If Anya can do it, you can do it, no?
Sure.
No, she's got that Schreier blood in her. That's yeah. So, what for a parent? What does this feel like to have your kids here?
All 5 of our kids have come to camp.
Why does everybody have 5 kids out here in the country?
Yeah. So our oldest is 22 now, and she came when she was little.
22 and 12?
They've all taken lessons with Julie, piano and fiddle, and they all came to camp for years. And it's a beautiful place. I do wish it was life.
Well, you know what? We're gonna come on. You're on the board.
No, but
oh, okay. Oh yeah, he's on the board. Zach's on the board. We're gonna get money, and we're gonna make this year round, and we're gonna have that building all winterized, and it's gonna be fabulous. And maybe they'll hire me. I don't know what I can do, but I just want to live here. I just want to live here. I want to come and see the shows at night. It sounds like so much fun. Are you performing tonight?
Yes. At the variety night.
At the variety night? Do you know what you're gonna do yet?
Sing, and I don't know. Abby and I might do something.
You can do something? Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. She talks more when she's on stage.
Yeah.
Okay, Wildmans, thanks for joining us. We have to go for lunch now. Let's go eat your mother's food. Let's go. Okay, let's talk about the magical arc of Algoma Trad. First of all, this is Jel. Hi, Jel.
Hello.
From where?
Well, from Vancouver, BC.
Okay, I could tell by the accent. And
Exactly.
originally where though?
Oh, England.
England. Okay, and Mary?
Yes, I'm from Michigan.
See, she doesn't really have an American accent. You must whereabouts in Michigan?
Very close to Detroit.
Okay, so here's what's pretty cool. We talked to Julie about when the Garchers, Ed and Catherine Garcher, had their music camp here, and then the day came when the Algoma Music Camp was selling. And then what did you do?
Well, we were worried that it was going to be sold elsewhere and it would be lost, and this magic would be lost, and this place is just fantastic.
How did you know about this place back when it was selling?
Because we were coming to camp and we heard that it was for sale. We heard that.
Who's we?
My wife and I, Rebecca.
And now you're here with your 13-year-old
son. Yes, Lowell.
And you're all taking classes?
Yes, we are.
Even though you now live on the West Coast, you still come back?
Yeah. Oh, we were living on the West Coast then.
You were still then?
Yeah.
And so you kept it safe from other people, because this is a gorgeous. I mean, look, who wouldn't want this piece of property, right?
Yeah, that was the intention, that it didn't get lost. And then
get lost, and so then it didn't get lost because along came Mary. Now, were
and
you
my husband Steve?
Mary and Steve?
Yes.
Were you trad people?
Yes, we've been tradders since the first year.
Wow, how long ago was that then?
We are traditional tradders.
How many years ago?
That was this is the 16th year.
16th.
So that was complicated math, but that was 2003.
That's okay. We don't need to do math. We're musicians. We only have to count to 8 or 12 sometimes if it's 12-8. But anyway, you don't even worry about that because it's all trad and you just learn it by sound. What does this place mean to you? Tell me about your mornings, the chills, and I love the story.
Well, let me start out first with what brought us here is our son came here the first year.
Oh, pardon my bad. Yes.
Yeah. And he was a little reluctant to come, and we said, just go try it. And after 2 hours, he called us up and said, bring my stuff, I am staying. And he fell in love with it, and he introduced us to it. Really, it's a really magical place for kids and adults to interact.
That's what I'm seeing. It's like I feel like I'm at a family reunion.
Yes, and I think it's hard to find some place that offers that type of intergenerational thing. So,
and not just intergenerational, but multidisciplinary. Well, that's a good word. Yes. What have you taken advantage of any of the other than the music, the stuff that's going on here?
Well, my son is blacksmithing this week, and he's doing some wood burning and some things.
He's over here helping us with the community art stuff too. Yeah.
Thinking Rock's involved with what you're doing too, right?
Yeah, I'm leading a dye class, but then it's sort of morphs into the Thinking Rock community social fabric. We're exploring the concept of home, which is very appropriate to be back on this site now. And where is home and what does home mean to you?
You must be really excited about the future too. I mean, as somebody who was involved as a parent, as a student here, as a participant, and then as a one-time owner, transferring
a parent in another sense.
In another sense, really, you must be very excited about the future plans.
Oh, extremely excited! It's just fantastic, and to see the new pavilion up and this, and I mean, just being back here this year, it feels like home. It feels like Algoma Trad is back where Algoma Trad should be. So.
Feel the energy start up. Yeah.
Like when you walk up the hill in the morning.
So when I come up in the hill in the morning, I get here a little bit late. I come up at the hill. I'm carrying my dye supplies.
And avocado skins.
That's right, avocado skins, turmeric, you name it.
Yeah.
And I come up the hill and I hear in the pavilion they're singing choir, and in this tent they're practicing violin. The little kids, the adorable little kids.
Yeah.
And over there is the blacksmithing.
Clank,
and
clank.
then over there is the violin. And then I come up here and they're working in the kitchen, and I get chills up and down my spine every morning. It doesn't get old. It's just really wonderful.
It doesn't get old, and neither do I. Thank you for your time, and thank you for all you've done for Algoma Trad to keep this tradition alive. We'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Behold, the mightiest assembly ever witnessed, and all here for the same reason. The fixies, the straight razors, the chefs, the techies, the dog people, and the cat people, the fashionistas, the ballers, and the ballers, the road runners, the knockouts, the cosplayers. We are all gathered in the darkness. Together we can be the light. I salute you all. You, the brave souls who answered the call. A new Sick Kids will rise where you now stand. But it's going to take us all. And so, I call upon every crew. We need you all to join our fight for a new Sick Kids, and we need you now. Who's with us? With us!
Luann, give me a K.
K.
Give me a C.
C.
Give me security.
You got it, baby.
KC Securities, thank you for sponsoring our show for the month again.
Again, we love it. Thank you so much, you guys. And thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Tomorrow is, let me see, best day of the week? I think so. Absolutely.
Short
Friday
week, love
morning. Yeah, we love short weeks. So we'll see you tomorrow?
I'll be here.
Okay, I'll be here. Hope you're here too. See you tomorrow.